Once upon a time, in a serene monastery nestled high in the mountains, there lived a Zen master known for his deep wisdom and understanding of life. Disciples gathered from all over to learn from him, seeking his guidance on how to navigate the complexities of the human experience. One evening, as the disciples sat around the master, one of them asked, "Master, how do we deal with people in power when they are quick to judge and unforgiving of our mistakes?" The Zen master smiled gently and began to tell a story. The story of the king and the loyal minister. There was once a powerful king who ruled a vast kingdom. His reign was known for being strict and unforgiving, especially toward those who made mistakes. To punish those who displeased him, the king kept 10 wild dogs, trained to tear apart anyone the king condemned. His ministers feared these dogs greatly, knowing that one error could lead to a gruesome end. Among the king's most trusted advisors was a minister who had served him with unwavering loyalty for 10 years. This minister was known for his wisdom and dedication to the kingdom. But one day, in a discussion with the king, he offered a suggestion that did not please him. Though the minister's intention was to help, the king took it as disrespect. Enraged, the king ordered that the minister be thrown to the wild dogs as punishment. Shocked, the minister pleaded with the king, saying, "Your Majesty, I have served you faithfully for 10 years. Will you not spare me for one mistake? Please give me 10 days before carrying out the sentence." The king, though still angry, agreed and granted the minister 10 days. During these 10 days, the minister sought out the guard who took care of the wild dogs. He said, "Allow me to care for the dogs during these 10 days. Let me feed them, clean them, and attend to their needs." The guard, puzzled by this request, nevertheless agreed. For the next 10 days, the minister devoted himself to caring for the dogs. He fed them, bathed them, and treated them with kindness. The dogs, who had once been wild and savage, began to grow fond of him, wagging their tails whenever he approached. They became tame and loyal to the minister, responding to the care and compassion he showed them. When the 10 days were over, the king ordered the minister to be thrown into the pit with the wild dogs. The crowd gathered, expecting to witness the minister's demise. But when the minister was thrown into the pit, the dogs did not attack him. Instead, they ran to him, licking his feet and wagging their tails, showing him the affection they had developed over the days. The crowd gasped in astonishment, and the king was confused. "What is this? Why aren't my dogs attacking you?" he asked. The minister, calm and composed, looked up at the king and said, "Your Majesty, I served these dogs for just 10 days, and they have not forgotten my kindness. Yet I have served you for 10 years, and with one mistake, you forgot all of my loyalty." The king stood silent, realizing the truth in the minister's words. Ashamed of his hasty judgment, he ordered the minister to be set free. However, being a proud man, the king decided to replace the dogs with wolves, believing they would be even more ferocious. The Zen master's teaching. The Zen master finished his story and looked at his disciples, who were listening intently. After a moment of silence, he spoke softly, yet his words carried deep meaning. In life, we will all encounter those who have power over us, whether they are kings, bosses, or others in authority. Some may be quick to anger, quick to forget all the good we have done because of a single mistake. This is the nature of some people who wield power. But just as the minister in the story did not let anger or fear control him, we too must maintain our calm and compassion, even in the face of harsh treatment. The dogs, who were once wild and dangerous, were tamed through the minister's kindness. He did not fight them with force or try to escape from them. Instead, he served them with care, and in doing so, transformed them. Likewise, we must approach life's challenges with patience and understanding, not with anger or resentment. But there is a deeper lesson here, my students. The minister could not change the king's nature, but he did change the hearts of the dogs. Not everyone in life will treat you fairly, and some people may forget all the good you have done after just one mistake. You cannot control their actions or their judgments. However, you can control your response. You can choose to remain kind even when faced with injustice. You can choose to maintain your integrity even when others turn against you. What the king failed to see is that true loyalty and trust cannot be built on fear. It is only through compassion, patience, and respect that true bonds are formed. whether between people or even with wild animals. The minister did not beg for the king's mercy. Instead, he showed the king the power of kindness and loyalty. The Zen master's motivational speech. The Zen master stood before his disciples, his eyes shining with wisdom and compassion. His voice was soft, but it carried the weight of truth. In your life, you will be faced with moments where those in power may seem unjust. You may work hard, you may be loyal, but with one mistake, everything you've done could be forgotten. It is in these moments that your true character is tested. Will you allow the bitterness of others to affect you? Or will you continue to act with kindness and integrity, even when it seems no one is watching? There is great power in how we respond to adversity. When you meet anger with anger, it only grows stronger. But when you meet anger with calmness, with understanding, it begins to lose its grip. Just as the minister tamed the wild dogs with his care, you too can tame the wildness in others by choosing to be compassionate, by refusing to give in to fear or rage. Remember, life is not always fair, but your actions define who you are, not the actions of others. The king in the story chose to forget the minister's 10 years of loyalty, but the dogs remembered his 10 days of kindness. In this life, it is not always the powerful who shape our destiny. Often, it is our small, quiet acts of goodness that leave the deepest impact. So as you go forth into the world, carry this wisdom with you. Be kind, be patient, be true to yourself, and never let the judgment of others strip you of your humanity. Even when you face injustice, know that your strength lies in your ability to respond with grace. The wolves may come for you one day, just as they did for the minister. But remember, you have within you the power to turn fear into love and anger into peace. That is the way of Zen. That is the way of life. With that, the Zen master bowed his head, and his disciples left with a newfound sense of peace, knowing that even in the most challenging moments, they could choose the path of kindness, wisdom, and compassion.